I'm here with Tom Gallagher, okay, and I really appreciate you. I appreciate your honesty, the details, the way you're educating. And you said something earlier. You said, well, I'm not sure about, we were talking about something earlier, consider some of our black, quote-unquote, leaders and what the agenda really is. And Tom was just sharing something with me, saying the Jesse Jackson of yesterday and the Jesse Jackson of today, we got two different people. And I have to agree with him 100% on that, because I'm aware of NAACP, different organizations like that are supposed to be supporting black individuals, black society, supposed better benefits, better whatever. But I know, I had to question it one day, where I looked up, okay, what is NAACP? Where did it come from? And when I did my research, the root of it was not black. The root of it, I forget the woman's name. I have to do that on our next show. But it was a Jewish woman that really started in NAACP. So when you think about that, the root of that is still not black. So when you say Jesse Jackson of yesterday and the one today, or the way you phrased it, can you share that with me, please?
Well, I mean, there was the Jesse Jackson of the late 60s and the 1970s. I am somebody.
Yes.
Okay. It was about empowering African Americans to believe in themselves. Okay, Martin Luther's King.
Yes.
His dream. Okay, the quality of the individual, the quality of character, and that was the message. And you look at it today, and you got to wonder: do they really want there to be? Has race relations become a business? Okay, do they really want us to get along with each other?
No, they don't. I have to agree with you. Good question. Good question.
It goes back to my, I look at things, the word all, the most inclusive word in the English language.
I agree. I have to agree with you.
We are all Americans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We all have the same basic needs and desires. Okay. We want what's best for our family. We want to be able to provide for our family. We want to be safe. Okay. And these are commonalities.
So in other words, this is like, and I have to agree with this, okay, whether you guys agree or not, but you better do your homework, that this black issue is a business now. It's more of a business than it is a support for you and me, okay? Because when you start dividing people, as Tom said, when you start dividing people, that's when we have a problem. We're creating a conflict, and that's business. Good business. Conflict is good business. That's why we're in war right now. So I have to agree with you on that. So don't send us no nasty letters talking about as a white guy talking about Jesse Jackson wasn't this and wasn't that. That's not what he's saying. He's saying the agenda has changed, and you better do your homework too, so you can discover what the agenda really is. Because on our last show, Basement Conversations, we went over that word black, and we went over that word white. There really are no white people, and there really are no black people. There's no nation behind white. There's no nation behind black. There is no black Asia or black whatever you want to, black America, or no white America. When you have Chinese, you have China. You have Polish people, you have Poland. Okay, you have Japanese, you have Japan. There's no black nation, there's no white nation. Am I correct?
You're correct.
Okay, so
although you will find that the word black is applied to, we have black Irish. Okay, and black Irish are not skin color Irish, or it's not a skin color. It has to do with Spanish Armada survivors and
educate us.
But I'm black Irish. Okay, it goes. I mean, that's just the cultural heritage. And what are black Irish known for? We have a strong belief in family. Okay, we have a strong belief in community. We believe that it's up to ourselves to solve our problems, not necessarily turn to government. And it's because they've been trying to kill the black Irish off for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Really? Thanks for that.
And there's TV shows that have been made about it.
Oh, really?
One that jumps to mind is the Black Donnellys. It was a Showtime, miniseries. You can rent it at the or borrow it from the library.
Really? Well, here's what I understand. Now, I understand I got Webster's here, but there was another dictionary that I'm saying is an older version of a dictionary, and the definition of black didn't used to be dark skin. The first definition of the word black came from bleach, came from no color. Right. So the first definition of black wasn't black people
No,
or
it's
dark.
the absence of color.
It was the absence of color. It was like, so we've got this spelling thing, is which we had on our show one day. This spelling, how you got to be careful of these words. That's why we have these 3 books here. Careful of this spelling because, what is it? Imagery, words,
Right.
word association. We were talking about the word angel. I know an angel is not a flap your wings, halo thing. But when we say it, because the way we've been raised, that's still what comes to
That's
people's
the
mind.
image.
That's the image that comes. So black, when you look in the dictionary, the definition of it, those are the images that come to mind. White, the same thing. So I'm glad you said what you said about the Jesse Jackson, because Jesse Jackson's not the only. There are many leaders who are supposed to be black leaders, okay, that are supporting blackness when that's not what we should be supporting. Not this day, we should be supporting a people thing. Something that brings us together.
Because when it started, okay, I mean, there was a reason for the 1965 Civil Rights Act.
Sure.
Okay, there was a reason for the decision in Brown versus Board of Education. Okay,
Sure.
But what we have seen is that as a society we evolve. Okay, and that what was the norm, okay, is now the exception. And the fact of the matter is, there will always be the narrow-minded and bigoted, and they exist on both sides.
Yes, they do.
Okay, but the vast majority of us, okay, exist somewhere in the middle. And
It's funny you should say
and that's why the word all.
Right. I agree
Okay,
with you.
because we need to move forward. Okay, if we dwell on the past and we harp on the past, one, we ignore the fact that, well, that was the past, that's not the present.
Exactly.
I look at it, yes, there is discrimination.
Sure.
But the fact
You
is
see
there will
obvious.
always be discrimination, and it depends on how you use the definition of the word.
On both sides.
I applaud those that can choose to put ice cream on a piece of pie. Okay?
Feel you.
Ketchup on a hamburger. Okay? That is discrimination. Those are choices. That is one definition of the word. But, for most of us, discrimination now occurs along economic lines.
It has
Okay?
returned, yes.
If you have the bank, you can buy your way in. Okay, and poor people are poor people, and it's not a matter of the pigment of your skin; it's the balance of your bank account.
We appreciate Tom Gallagher for being with us today on Basement Conversations. Is there anything you want to share with us before we wrap it up?
Nah, Lucky, this is great.
I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being candid. And I like the fact that we can sit down and talk. That we can talk and see eye to eye. And knowing that we have differences, but we can agree to disagree as well.
Right, and you can disagree without being disagreeable.
Yes, I agree. Or violent.
And, this is what I bring to the table as a city council candidate. Okay, my door's open to everybody. Because my job as an elected official is to represent everybody.
You hear that? Start knocking now. The door's open, okay?
Well, first you got to elect me. Put me back in office.
Okay. I agree with that. Well, we're going to support you. Okay? Thank you for joining us on Basement Conversations.
Yep. In the hood, uptown, downtown. Wherever you are, that's where we are. We're ready to go. Whatever you want to talk about. Welcome.